Hi, good evening, everyone. Looking at these stocks that I'd mentioned in last night's educational video, I know I'd said I'd look at these in a week or two, but most of these made nice moves today, so I'm going to go ahead and review these today for Tuesday, May 27th. First one here, TKMR. Last night I talked about this gap level here. Again, a gap is when a stock closes at one price. For example, say the stock closed at $10 and the next day it opens at $12. As you can see here, this stock here closed at $9.88. The next day here opened at $12.75, and it never really came down into this level here, this high. So when you see that, when a stock opens above the previous day's close and does not come back and tag the high, as you can see here, the high was 10.16, that is a gap. A gap is very easy to spot. Here, this is obvious here. So again, this stock, I was expecting a bounce here off of this gap fill level, this lower line here. Today, monster move up 14.78%. Last night, I'd mentioned I wanted to see how this stock would react to these lines here, the blue line and the purple line, blue line being your 20-day and purple line being your 200-day moving average. As you can see here, this stock paid no attention to these lines here, and it just ripped right through that level. Let's look at the 10-minute. A beautiful move up today. So again, I mean, you could have picked up this stock here at 10.20. Today it closed at 12.92. So this is the power of technical analysis here. All right. I do think this stock could make a move up to maybe 15.75. Excuse me. So I will keep an eye on that one. Next up, NRG. This one I was 1,000% wrong. The market did gap up today. This was a bearish pattern. A bearish pattern is when a stock makes this type of pattern here. As you can see here, this is a beautiful bearish pattern, but today it did fail. I was wrong. This stock gapped up 4.72%. So again, that is a failed pattern. I was wrong on that one. Next up, SN. Actually, this one, if you guys remember this one, I talked about connecting this high here to figure out this high on last Thursday. Funny thing here, if you watched last night's video, this line here, 32.96. If you look at today's action on the 10-minute chart here, look at that. Once again, the high here, 32.95. My level here, 32.96. So again, like I mentioned yesterday, it won't always be perfect, but you'll be surprised how close you could get to some of these levels. This stock did close up 4.65%. Next up, let's see here, NPTN. Another beautiful play today here. This stock closed up 7%. This is a $4.25 stock. Just real quick here, let me zoom out all the way out. There we go. If you connect that low here, I had it penciled in at 392. The stock did make a low of 369 on this day here, May 22nd. So to me, technically speaking, you do have a lot of support here. Back on June 1st, 2012, this area here, the stock put in a low before making a high of 974. I talked about this head and shoulder pattern. Think of a person here. This is your left shoulder, your head, your right shoulder. If you connect this line here, or this low here, to this low, to this low. If we take a closer look here, we did get a small bounce until this day here. We did close below this, what we call a neckline, and as you can see, from 577 down to 392, the stock did pull back very nicely here. But again, today we did engulf 3 days. If you remember, an engulfing bar just means it wipes out this bar, for example. An engulfing bar, it means it closed higher than the previous bar's high. So this high here on this candle here was 405. Today we closed at 425, engulfed that bar. High on this bar, 413. We engulfed this bar too, and the high here, 425. Interesting here, we did close at 425. That's interesting there. This stock could make a move up to this blue line here, currently at 487, this blue line being your 20-day moving average. Next up, let's see here, Dow Chemical. We talked about this one. This stock looks like it wants to make new highs. It did make a new high today, 51.28. If you look at the 10-minute, it is struggling here at this level right here, which I've got penciled in at 50.97. As you can see here this morning, we did struggle here for maybe the first hour of the day, until finally making new highs and eventually pulling back towards the end of the day. I will be keeping an eye on that one. If this decides to pull back from this level here, you'll have some support here at this blue line, your 20-day moving average, and this 50-day moving average, your red line, and of course this line here. So I'll keep a close eye on Dow Chemical. Next up, SREV. Look at this one. Yesterday we talked about this 438 level here. Something interesting on this one. Excuse me. Previous resistance becomes support. 438 here. If you see the low here today, 439. So a penny off of that level. You can see it made a monster move the first 2 hours of the day, hour and a half, pulling back towards the end of the day and then popping up above this little downtrend here. We did close up again 4.3% on a $4 stock, so a nice move there. Your next level to watch is we're going to watch the body on this one. The body means this is your tail on your candle here. You can see where this rectangle, the red rectangle, is at. I'm going to draw that in at 467. I'll go with that number. We're going to watch the body on this stock here tomorrow, and then of course the high here at 499. I've talked about even numbers, so we'll call that $5 here. Alright, there we go. So we'll watch for these levels here. As you can see here, we did not close above the body of this candle here. Again, this is your body, the rectangle here. This is your tail, and this is your tail. Alright, moving on. POWR. This stock closed up 0.85%. Not a whole lot there. We did close at $8.28. This level here is at $8.29. So technically speaking, we did not close above the previous or the high on this candle here, which was $8.29. If we take a closer look here at the 10-minute, there you go. Literally on the last candle of the day, we flushed right through this $8.29, closing at $8.20. I'm sorry, closing at $8.27. So about 2 cents off of this level. Technically speaking, we did not close above this level. I'd like to see it close above this level to confirm an upside. We do have a huge gap here. I'd like to see this stock make a move up towards this blue line, your 20-day moving average. So we'll keep an eye on that one. Last but not least, JE. JE closed down 0.17. Is that right? 0.17% it looks like. Let me take a closer look here. Down a penny, so not a whole lot there. We did make a new low today, 572. I've had a level here at 577. I would still like to see a bounce off of this level here, so I'll keep an eye on that one. I believe that's all I had. I'm just checking my list here. Yep. So that's all I had today. So again, the big winners for today were, bear with me here, NPTN closing up 7%, and SREV, where was that 14% stock? Or there was one that closed up 14%. Bear with me, I'm sorry. Here you go. Big winner here today, TKMR. Beautiful chart play. Really collapsing since 31.48 down to this gap fill, and today monster move, 14% on a $12 stock. Not bad. Alright, so I will make another video on these charts. I'll see if I could wait a week or two until I revisit these, and this one we'll see if it can make a move up towards 15. Alright, so I'll keep an eye on these, and thank you for watching. I know I went on for about 14 minutes here. Thank you for watching again. I appreciate your time.